What's happening, guys? It's your boy, Players Performance Time and the Russell Crown, episode 5. No, it took me a little late. Very busy this week, but here it goes. Now, I'm going to start with Chanel right off the bat with her mic vote. You've seen, if you follow my channel, you've seen me talk about that extensively. So hopefully you watched that and you know what I think about that. I think she made a bad move by doing that. I don't know if you caught it, but I always watch the episode twice so I can make sure I catch everything. And Mike says, I did what I said I was going to do. And then he looked at her and he said, someone voted for me. Of course somebody voted for you, Mike, but yes. So in other words, my whole point was that she made a bad decision by doing that, because now she has to face up to it. She has to go back and face up to Mike. Yes, I voted for you. They know that she's gone. Once they merge, she's gone. She's flipping. So, with her performance this episode, I think it was a bad move. So I'm not going to give her... I don't know if she saved herself, because Hai was saying that he wanted to get rid of Chanel the whole time. So maybe she did something that we didn't see. But her saying she has a great social game, putting Mike's name down when she really didn't need to. She don't really know what's going on around the camp. So I don't give her that good of a rating this episode, which I've never gave a rating in any episode. Next, Danielle. Daniel. I get the two confused. He's that guy, man. He should have played a shot in the dark, but he also thought that they was going to vote. They was going to vote for Chanel. So it gives Hai a little credit, because he's really running the show right now. I think that he being able to make Daniel feel so safe is very dangerous, that he's that good at the game, because Daniel is an attorney and he had no clue it was coming. So we'll get to Hai in a little bit, but that's all I got to say about Danielle. Next, Drea. Now, I got a little bit to say about this, because Drea finds an idol. Now, this is something that I would talk about specifically. Like, sometimes I grab a hold of issues and talk about them. I'm going to talk about this real quick, as fast as I can. 11 days. She sits there and she says, now, I've been giving Drea credit this whole time. She sits there and she says, instead of being back at camp making rice, which I don't think they have rice. I don't know why she said that. But she was like, I found an idol. Women can do it too. Way better than men. So, which is fine. She could say that. It's neither here nor there. But it took her 11 days now. 11 days to find that idol. And the idol was sitting on the corner of a tree right on the trail that they walk on. Just sitting there. So, this is what happened. And I know Survivor hates when I go into details, but I don't know this for a fact. But this is what I assume happened. 11 days into the game, production's getting together. Nobody's looking for the idol. If they're looking, they barely know. Nobody can find it. They'll never find it, because they don't look. They stick sticks around, guys. They take a stick and they just move things around instead of, really looking. And she's, she brags about finding an idol in 11 days, when we have Easter coming up, and we have Easter egg hunts for the kids. That fine would be in the 5-year-old and under category that gets to find eggs, because it's so easy. So congratulations, Drea, you found the idol, but a 5-year-old could have done it. Next, Hai. Okay, like I said, I think Hai is starting to take a little bit of control of his camp. Daniel didn't know he was going home. Chanel probably didn't know she was staying, because he wanted her first. He said her, let's get rid of her. He said her that twice. See, I tell you, when I watch it twice, I make sure I listen to every single thing they say. And he said her name twice, let's get rid of her. But he didn't. He got rid of Daniel. So that means, and I think I heard, yes, I did hear, I think he was talking about High. One of Daniel's exit interviews, he was talking about how High is dangerous because he didn't see it coming. I'll tell you another one's dangerous when we get to her. Next. They're gone. What's happening? Okay, Jonathan. Man, that guy is unstoppable. Like, even if they're last in a challenge, he just gets there and and you know, people say, I don't know if he can handle the type of challenges where you hold your arm in there. That's bullcrap. I guarantee you he can. Or do a puzzle. I bet you he can. It's going to be exciting to watch him if they merge, to see what happens. Does he win the first challenge? If he doesn't, do they get rid of him first? I don't know, because, you know, he's a pretty likable guy, so you can move yourself a little further, and all of a sudden everybody starts saying, well, he, just one more time, and then we'll get rid of him next. Just one more time. I don't want to get rid of him now, because he might start some sort of an alliance to where they need the numbers. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when they merge. But his performance, man, and even when he sits there and almost gets in an argument, he calms himself down and doesn't. You know, you have Marianne over here saying, you're in my workspace. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's chopping a piece of wood, chopping it, and you move towards him. And he doesn't he gets aggravated, but he doesn't really go off and cause a scene. Marianne, we'll talk about her in a little bit, what I think she's happening to her game. But we've seen him in calmer situations when it's very aggravating out there, talking 24/7. You cold, you're hungry, you get aggravated, and he's staying pretty calm. And in his challenges, you know, they come dead last, and the guy that's supposed to be good at puzzles can't even do the ropes, and he just steps in and takes care of that too. So anyway, go ahead and move on to the next one. We have Lindsey. So Lindsey, I'm assuming she'll be really good when it comes to challenges and stuff like that once the merge happens. But we haven't seen much on her. She's just sitting there riding the coattails of Jonathan and Omar. So yeah, I mean, still I keep saying maybe we'll see a challenge beast come out, but not much on Lindsey. So we'll move on. Next, Lydia, she went off and she had to risk her vote or not risk her vote. She decided not to risk her vote, which if she would have risked her vote, then a lot of stuff could have happened. Like the two that were about to get voted off, Chanel and Daniel, could have got together and said she probably risked her vote. Let's hope she did risk her vote, and we're going to go ahead and vote for High or whoever. And then when it's a tie vote, then we're going to, I would have been thinking, we have a 1 in 4 shot at staying in the game, both of us at the bottom of this, and we have a 50-50 chance of taking control of this game. Let's do it, or what do you want to do? So, trust me, when that type of stuff happens, you have to sit there and you think deep. Like Chanel did. She thought a little deeper, and that's why she voted for Mike, but it wasn't a good, just because it's a deep thought in the game of Survivor doesn't mean it's a good vote, I mean a good move, because it wasn't a good move. Next, we have Marianne. Now, and Marianne's starting to aggravate me, and I'm sure she's aggravating half the world. She seems like a wonderful girl. In real life, she seems super friendly. But, man, when she did that with Jonathan, with my workspace, wait, he's the one working. He's, chopping wood. You climbing all up in his workspace. Then she sees him walk off, and then, uh-oh, did I mess up? Those are the mistakes you make in the game of Survivor. Those are the ones that send you home, Marianne. Those type of mistakes. And she might not go home because they like her. So, but anyway, she might find an idol hanging on a leaf on the trail or something, hanging on the tree, just sitting there. So anyway, next, Mike. So I like Mike. I keep saying that. I think he's a good guy. I don't know if Mike's so strategic. He just wants people that he can trust. I trust, because that is a big deal. You want people you can trust. It's a major problem in the game of Survivor, obviously. But I like Mike, but I just don't. If he goes to the end of the game, so far, he has no reason he should win the game at this point. Maybe later he does something. So he's just a so-so game. He's not all the way boring. He's a little exciting, so gives us a little personality. So I like him, but still, I don't know if he's such a great game player. Next is Omar. Now, Omar, he didn't do anything this episode but lose the challenge. And that's all he did, really. Did he say a word? I seen him smile when they were talking underneath the torp, or the camp. But I don't think he did anything. So, yeah, I was giving him a little credit for his challenge. I thought he would be good in challenges, but now we're down to square zero. Next. All right, that's interesting. I'm going to wait. Let's see. I'm going to skip down. I'm skipping because I want to talk about the player's performance, believe it or not. You ain't going to believe it. Last. So we'll talk about Romeo. Again, I think that, to me, Romeo and High are starting to do the same thing at the same time. Both of those players are starting to actually try to take control of the game and try to set themselves in cement where they can't be moved. I see that happening with him too, but it's happening slowly. So we'll see what happens from here. Next, we have... You ain't going to believe the player's performance. I mean, you ain't going to believe the Russell Crown. I know you probably think it's Tori, but it's not. But we'll talk about Tori now. Tori is, she constantly makes mistakes in this game, constantly puts herself in trouble where she's on the block. Then all of a sudden, she's not, she gets herself out of it. And then, but she's going to switch as well at the merge. She is a dangerous player. Tori could win this game. She's been playing stupid, yes. But if you can get it together in the game of Survivor, you can start off slow. Like she looked for the idol right off the bat, got herself in trouble. She did something else, got herself in trouble again. I forgot what it was. But I'm telling you, man, if the merge happens, she's a dangerous player. She could go very far in this game because she's very strategic. Tori is the only, I think that she's I wouldn't call her a female Russell, but she is an aggressive, strategic player. Romeo and High are not aggressive, strategic players. So she's going to be fun to watch if the merge happens because of that. So, next is the player's performance. I mean, what am I saying? Next is the Russell Crown, and I'm giving it to Roxroy Bailey. What? Why? You must ask. I thought about it for a while, actually. I'm like, who am I going to give it to? I went through each player, and this episode, High's taking a little bit of control, but nothing major. Tori, she's starting to look very strategic. Nothing major. Romeo, same thing. And I went through the names and man, okay, what did Roxroy do? I'll tell you what he did. As soon as he got back to Tribal, what did he do when he was blindsided? He said, when they're saying, oh, you don't have a good social game, or that's the whole theme. He doesn't have a good social game. You need to work on that, or, that's what they're saying to us, that he needs to work on his social game. And he's saying he needs to. But what does he do? He says, you guys did the right thing. You guys, no hard feelings. You guys did the right thing. If that's what she was doing, I'm glad she's gone. Is that not a social game? That's what you do in the game of Survivor when you've been blindsided. You go to camp and you act like no big deal. Gosh, you were right. You did the right thing. That's a very good move. So, and then not only that, when he went to, he won the tribe. He was the one that made the last hit and won the immunity. So he did that. And when he went for his walk, Lydia, he was like, hey, I'm pulling for you. I'm pulling for you, girl. I think he's starting to work on his social game. I think immediately when he found out, when they started talking that, I think he's like, you know what? They're right. I need to do something about this. If he's smart enough player that can start working on his social game and be more of a likable character, then he went from super unlikable to likable. That shows potential for a great player. I know, he's very unlikable to the viewers, but those are the reasons that he won the Russell Crown. And it's right there. It's laid out on the table for you. How can you deny it? I mean, it's pretty interesting that he seems like a little bit softer now. We'll see what happens in the next episode. That's all I got for you guys. Just to tell you where I am. I have all my tools in that building there. It's a little building I'm building. It's not a little, pretty big building. And I'm in my backyard. That's a water tank right there. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Until next time, keep hope alive.